In this video, I'm going to be showcasing how to get into seed searching. This is mainly for the people that are getting into speedrunning and are trying to find really good seeds. Obviously, seed searching through code is going to be superior, so I don't recommend using this for just an RSG or an SSG for the main category, but this can be useful if you're doing Minecraft category extensions. In the description below, I'll have some timestamps if you want to look for something a lot more specific. But for the people that have no idea how to get into it, I recommend you just watching all the way through. I'll be explaining pretty much everything you'll need in detail. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. In the description below, you'll find two links. The first one will be the standalone seed searcher app, also known as SASSA, and the other one is Cubiomes. To download these, all you have to do is click the exe, and it'll pop up in the bottom left. Of course, these apps are completely free to download. Once all of your downloads are finished, we're going to start off with running SASSA. If this comes up on your screen, that's completely fine. Just press on more info and just run anyway. I promise you this is not a virus. Just skip this and we're just going to go straight into the data. Alright, so the first thing is the seeds to find. This will be all of the seeds that you'll receive that will be put out into the console. So if we want to set it to 25 seeds, then we're going to receive 25 seeds in our console. The search radius is the amount of blocks it'll look for whatever you've basically put in the input. If we put in 100, for example, it'll look from -100, -100 to +100, +100. The incrementer is the amount of blocks it'll skip in order to find another biome. So for example, if you set your biome as a taiga and a savanna and your incrementer is 50, from your taiga biome, it'll look 50 blocks away to find a savanna biome. Your biome position is how clustered every single biome is. So if you want everything to be a lot more spread out, reduce the value and you'll get everything a lot more spaced out. But if you want to keep everything close together, I'll leave this value at 16. Bedrock mode, pretty self-explanatory. Randomized seeds will have a look through seeds that are just completely random. So if we uncheck this, here we can see the minimum seed and the maximum seed. If we set this to 1,000, set it to 1,000, and we set this to -1,000, it'll look between seeds 1,000 and -1,000 for the specifications that you put in. I recommend you just leaving randomized seeds checked. For set seeds, if you have a list of seeds in a text file, it will look through what you want to look for. So if you put in set seeds and then just put in text file with the seed list, then it's going to look for that seed. Okay, so shadow seeds are seeds that have pretty much the exact same biome layout. They'll have different structures. A good example for this would be in seed X, for example. At spawn, there would be a village, but at seed Y, it'll have village in a different location. This is personal choice if you want to enable it or not. I personally don't. If you check spawn point, this will be the exact location that you will spawn. So if you set it as 0, 0 for the X and the Z coordinate, you will be spawning as 0, 0 when you load into the world. But if you set a margin error of 10, you will be able to spawn between the range of 10 and -10 on both the X and the Z coordinate. Minecraft version, obviously pretty self-explanatory. You can just choose what version you want the seeds to be in. The world type, we have the default / amplified or the large biomes. For speedrunning, you'll just want to keep it as default. The cores that you decide to use will determine how fast you'll be receiving a seed in your output, essentially. If you set this at 6, it'll be a lot faster than if you were to set it at 1, but of course, the higher you go, the slower your PC will get, so I just recommend you keeping it pretty low. Doesn't need to be at max. And the reset GUI will just reset absolutely everything back to normal. The save output will save the whole list in your console. You're going to make a new text file. We're just going to rename it as SASSA_output and then click this, open. Whenever you get a whole list of seeds, if you want to copy and paste every single one, you can just save them in a text file, which I recommend you do by just clicking save output, or you can just auto save them. In the biome section, this is where you're now selecting what you want to look for. So for example, if you want to get a forest, you can include it, but if there's something that you don't want, you can just exclude it completely. And it'll look for the forest but exclude the river. Biome sets, this is the biome that you'll always spawn in. So if you want to just spawn in a savanna biome, include it, but if you don't want to spawn in a savanna biome, just exclude it completely. And going to structures, here is pretty much the jackpot for everything. If you want to get a ruin portal as well as like a village and a desert pyramid, all between like the range that you set it in, it'll look for seeds that'll be in that range, of course. And as well as that, you can choose to exclude. Note how there is no end portal here. Well, first of all, depending on the version, they spawn more than 1,000 blocks away, so you'll most likely get a null result every single time you search. And as well as that, it's only done through code. Now we've set everything up. We're just gonna let this run. And as you can see, we're already getting certain outputs. Once it reaches 25 seeds, it'll just completely stop, as you can see, and a search. Now we save it as output, and if we go to our text file again, everything will be in here. Every single seed that was in your console will be put into a notepad. So what you're now going to do is save. We're now going to go over and open Cubiomes. So starting off with conditions, what you're going to do is just go to add, select category, and go to others. In the filter, you're going to choose spawn. This area is how big you want spawn to be. So if you set this at 200, it'll be 100, positive 100, positive 100, and negative 100, negative 100. Location is relative to world origin. Okay. As you can see, it appears right over here. Now, if we add, we go to structures this time, and we go village. Instances within the area. This is purely personal choice with how many you want in the same area. Within the center side of square, obviously, same thing. Depends on what you want, but for this, we're just going to set it as 200. And location, we're going to set it relative to spawn. By doing this, the village will be located pretty much 100, 100, minus 100, minus 100 from spawn. Same can be done for biomes. If we set biome filter 1, 1, set it spawn and give it 200 as well for minus 100, minus 100, and positive 100, positive 100. And select the biomes that we want. For example, we wanted a forest and we also want a desert, for example. There we go. And we also, in our thing, we also included a desert pyramid. So we're going to do this. We're going to do 200 as well. We're going to put spawn. You can also set it relative to the village or the biome itself. So obviously, self-preference. We're going to set that as okay. And here in the seed generator, what you want to do is go to seed list. Click the 3 dots and get the text file that you just copied. As you can see here, we've got 26 seeds. That's all of it done. Don't recommend you going through auto none, quad feature, quad monument. You don't need to go through those. And same for up here. You don't need to go analysis. Should have mentioned this earlier as well. You can change the version on this too. Obviously, we're just going to keep it at 1.16. It doesn't really matter. In the matching seeds area, this is where all of the magic happens. So in the search, you're going to switch from incremental to 48-bit family blocks. Threads, like I said before, you want to reduce it down because your PC will be slowed down significantly if you keep it high. Disable stop on results. So if you keep that checked, whenever you get a positive result, it'll pop up in your console here, but it'll just stop looking for the seeds. So if you just disable that, it'll just keep looking through all the seeds that you put in. You do star search, it's looking through the seeds that we put in the list. Depending on how many seeds you have, of course, and the threads that you use, it will take a while. Yeah, as you can see, we're already getting positive results. The reason why I'm doing through Cubiomes and not through the standalone seed searching app is because I have experienced some bugs with SASSA. Whenever I put in certain settings, I would just get a completely different output for some seeds, which looking through can get very annoying, especially if you have like a bulk of seeds and like the 10 seeds in a row that you get are just completely not what you asked for. Another thing to take note here is the hex value. If you see that 2 of these hex values are pretty much the same, then you've gotten a shadow seed. Yeah, what you want to do here, you can copy a list to clipboard and you can just save them in a different notepad. All right, so we have Minecraft open. We have the list of seeds here. So we're just going to copy them. We're just going to paste them in creative, just to have a look through at what the seed has to offer. We load in. As you can see, we got the forest and we got the village right there with the temple, which is actually in the village. There's a farm in here. Okay. Okay, got apple, emeralds, apple. Okay, not too bad. All right, we'll go to another seed, see what this one has to offer. It should give us something similar to this seed. All right, yep, here we go. There's actually a blacksmith, so we're in a... This is a savanna. Forest right there within 100 blocks, and there's also a pillager outpost. Yeah, go to this village. There's no temple right there. There's also a blacksmith. Has really bad loot. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you found this video really useful, a like does help me out a lot. And if you are new here, a sub to the channel does help me out as well. Before this video is over, I do want to give a quick shout out to DylanDC14. He is the one that's gotten me into cube biomes, and the information that he's given me has been extremely useful. So this video would not have been possible without him. See you all next time. For the people that are still here, here are some 12i seeds, but I don't know. Just here, have some good seeds. The video's over now. You can leave. There's nothing else here. Why you're still here? Okay, I'm ending.